Hey, 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 Earth Angels. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I came here just to make a quick announcement because I'm adding stuff to my ancestor prayer and altar boxes. And I wanted to kind of fill everybody in and kind of talk about what a ancestor altar is if you're not familiar with an altar, and kind of introduce it and let people know it's not, you know, nothing crazy or anything like that, because people kind of ask me what it is. People that aren't used to altars or not familiar with what working with the altar is all about, they kind of shy away from it and immediately think that it's something negative when it's not. You can use these if you're religious or spiritual. You can use it to pray. You can use it just for your personal time, your own personal worship time, self-care, just whatever you feel comfortable with using an altar or prayer box for. So first things first, what's inside my ancestor boxes? First, what's inside is my Royal Earth Protection Spray and my Royal Earth High Vibration Oil. Both spray and oil are infused with tree elements. I have floral elements in it. I won't give away all my secrets, but some floral elements in it. In the protection spray, specifically, I have for protection use. I have sage, dragon's blood. I boiled fresh walnuts in it because walnut is good for repelling negativity and things like that, and cleansing away negativity. Um, my pixie dust is in it, which comes. It's a blend. That is a complete secret. But pixie dust is in it just to give it more of a high vibration on top of the Royal Earth oil that I do put in the spray as well. So the Royal Earth spray specifically is infused with a bunch of crystals. My latest batch was more of a sacral and protection blend. So the crystals that it was infused with were carnelian. I have citrine here that's infused with a bunch of black stones for different protection. So I have obsidian, tourmaline, uh tourmaline crystals or stones actually. What else? Hematite. Feel like I'm missing one other protection and root energy. Red jasper, a bunch of red jasper. So that is infused in my latest blend of Royal Earth oil, and as well as rose quartz. I love how rose quartz feels. It's real soothing and just relaxing. um yeah, so that's that. And a bit about, I get people asking me, what tree elements I use and kind of why. So I kind of want to dive into my notes, because I kind of want to mention some of the benefits, spiritual benefits, and kind of topical benefits that the spray is good for. The spray and the oil, actually, because both spray and oil has the tree elements. So the first tree, my magnolia tree. So I love magnolia trees. I was and every tree that I mentioned here, I was intuitively guided to use. The first tree that I ever used in my first batch of oil was the walnut tree, because I have 3 to 4 walnut trees in my backyard, and one specific tree is like my stepdad's tree. So, but yeah, I was intuitively guided to use um each tree um for my personal use, and then for you guys, just so that I can kind of tell you guys basically how it benefited me. So yes, the magnolia tree. There's a magnolia tree that is literally around the corner from where I live, and I take walks often, and I'll walk by that tree a lot, and it used to call to me, like, just growing up or whatever, and just living that's literally up the street from the tree pretty much for a while now. So I would pass by the tree, and then one day I literally just start picking up the leaves and started collecting the leaves. Didn't know why, didn't even know what type of tree this was. I just knew that I was being called to this tree. So time went on. I was led to utilize the tree elements and infuse it into my oil. And then once I start studying it, I realized that it actually had healing properties, and it brought in healing into my life. So right off tops, this is what I call the Mother Goddess tree. And not what I call, but literally in research you'll see that it's called the Mother Goddess tree. And it honestly, without knowing the research, if you just tap into the energy of the magnolia tree, it does have that like mother nurturing energy about it, just soothing, like it just feels like a hug, it just feels like a hug. Benefits. Anxiety and depression. And as we know, my royal earth oil is for emotional times, like just to boost your vibration naturally. If you're already in a good vibration, but in those times of, of depression, sadness, in your stillness while you're meditating and things like that, you can tap into the oil and tap into the earth elements. And magnolia is good to soothe anxiety and depression. It increases love within, and if you're in a relationship, it brings in the energy of loyalty and faithfulness. So if you have a marriage, but you kind of going through, marital problems, and you want to stick through it, and you have faith in each other, tap into the magnolia tree to bring in that loyalty and faithfulness, if it's needed. It's great for home protection and balancing during difficult changes. That's how this tree benefit me. I would notice when I was going through a big change, either internally or in my relationships, I would tend to always be gravitated towards the tree. Like spirit would be like, okay, go pick up some leaves now. Go, you know what I mean? Go get your hands into the leaves, to your tree, and to go touch on your tree, basically. So helps good with this. Just because big changes can be scary, you know what I mean? So just depending on what it is, it can be scary. You letting go of old ways and things like that. You just shifting in your vibration, whatever. Tap in and utilize the magnolia tree for that. And I did say that. I said it, tap into meditation with the magnolia tree, the oil, and things like that. It also helps and aids in addiction, and great benefits to Taurus and Libra. So if you are a Taurus and Libra, and you just kind of want to amplify those energies or whatever within you, royal earth oil, or find you some magnolia tree, take a rest, take a chill, sit up under a magnolia tree, might bring in some love. So royal earth protection spray, royal earth oil. Other tree elements I have in my spraying oil: pine tree and the oak tree. Benefits from pine tree: helps protection and protects, it helps and brings in protection and balance. It's a uplifting energy, and it wards off evil. There's something specific that I wanted to kind of share my story. Oh, it's the tree of shamans. And anybody that kind of tap into Native American history at all, even a little bit, and I'm still learning myself. The Native Americans don't necessarily call themselves shamans, but I'm gonna use that word because it's kind of like being thrown around, and it's commonly used. So it's the tree of shamans. Shamans would climb to the top of the trees and connect with the who I call source truth, and their ancestors to kind of be guided in their purpose and path. So that hit heavy for me as I move into my passion and my purpose, in what is mediumship and connecting with my ancestors and energies that gravitates to me. So I would find myself once again just taking a walk when I would have those bursts of creative energy, or those moments where I felt like I was picking up on spirits, or picking up on other people energies around me, and I needed to kind of release those energy. I noticed that I would be gravitated towards my pine tree. So when I needed to kind of tap into my more feminine energy, or my more goddess type energy, or my times of change, I would be guided to my magnolia tree. When I would be more into my purpose and my passion and my mediumship and things like that, I will be guided to my pine tree, right? And literally, my ancestors told me, utilize these trees and put them all in your products. So that's the pine tree. The oak tree, the oak tree is my masculine tree. It brings in literally so much energy of protection around me, like as if I'm chilling, you know what I mean, with a male. I love it for that. It is the tree of sovereignty, because literally, like the oak tree, it just stands alone. To me, the oak tree speaks for itself. Um, it is the tree of protection. All trees have protection. I'm big, big, big on protection. So all trees, tree energies have that protection. But just coming from different, I guess different energies. Some more feminine protection energy, more masculine protection energy. It is a tree to tap into for honesty, justice, and bravery. It brings in endurance, because once again, the tree, it's a timeless tree. It stands alone. It just keeps, you know what I mean, just enduring life, enduring things that come its way. And the oak tree and the sycamore tree, actually, and I'm going to be using the sycamore tree too, but I'm, like I said, I'm being intuitively guided, so once they tell me to use it, I will use it. But the oak tree and the sycamore tree are the two known trees that slaves were hung in. So I was led to use that tree because I legit picked up on that type of on that energy of our slaves being hung. I visualized it, I saw it, and it was a whole storyline behind it, and I'll tell that story another time. But I wanted to use that to kind of bring in that fighter, bring in that fighter energy of our ancestors and things like that hung in trees. um yeah, that's it. So that's it. That's all for that. What else is in my box? And for anybody that's just tuning in, I'm kind of going over my ancestor altar and prayer boxes, and letting everybody know what's in it and what I've added new to it. So once again, my two products, Royal Earth and Royal Earth oil and spray. I'm going to now incorporate, because the boxes are bigger than before, so I'm going to incorporate pillar candles along with 3 of the tea light candles, and everything is like broken up in sessions. So you can have and it all depends on you. If you want to have daily sessions or a session throughout the day, you can do that. But I would prefer just starting, especially if you're new, just kind of starting with one session a day, and then you can add to your box once you're out of like the candles. So you'll have sessions or whatever. This candle can last up to, they say, 7 days or whatever, so you can light it, and you won't need to light these until this one is gone. However you want to use it, it's totally up to you. So that is in there. I also have a like a herbal blend that I put in here, and it's all for energy purposes. If you do tap into your ancestors, I call it an offering for your ancestors. And me personally, with these boxes, I was intuitively led to give you guys something for healing, to heal your ancestors at the altar, versus, you know, some people put food, food that your ancestors like. Some people put alcohol. Some people put, cigarettes and tobacco, because your ancestors, may have smoked or may have drank, or, things like that as an offering. But I'm kind of in this mode of, as I heal, as I do my internal healing, my ancestors do internal healing. As I break old and bad habits, my ancestors break old and bad habits. So no, I won't necessarily put tobacco on my altar all the time. I won't put alcohol on my altar all the time. My ancestors like fried chicken. I'm sorry, ancestors. No, y'all won't always get fried chicken. You know what I mean? But because literally we're leveling up. Right? While that's the purpose. We're all leveling up. Because when you pass away, you pass away on the frequency that you're in. You pass away if you passed away loving, hot Cheetos for breakfast. I mean, you live loving hot Cheetos for breakfast, and you didn't, let go of that bad habit. Can we like say eating hot Cheetos for breakfast is a bad habit? You die on that same frequency, so you're gonna be you're gonna be wanting that. And once again, if this information is not for you, if you don't believe in this, you know what I mean? I understand, but I'm talking to those that are interested in a spiritual look at dealing with a spiritual and self-love and healing look at, changing their lifestyle. So I take this healing blend, and this is a blend of a small amount of tobacco, different herbs, chamomile. What else is in here? I have mugwort in here. What else is in here? I have yarrow in here. Lavender is in here. It's a bunch of good stuff. So I kind of put this into my tea light candle. And you don't need a lot. Because you still have to, protect yourself. You don't want nothing to catch on fire or anything like that. Light it up, and then, and as I'm lighting and as I'm touching and working with my box, I'm always trying to think positive. I'm always, if I want to connect with my grandmother, if I just want to stay in a more, or if you just want to stay in a more religious aspect of things, light your candle and think about the goodness of Yeshua, the goodness of Jesus. Think about just think about how think gratitude. Think about all the things that he's done for you. If you are more spiritual and you want to utilize this, calling your ancestors, call that grandmother and speak out loud. Call that grandmother that you've been wanting to connect to. Calling your uncle, calling your friends, if they pass, as you're lighting it, as you're setting everything up personal to you. You can also add to your box, you know what I mean? Add pictures, and add things that they like, or add things that you like. that help you tap into your spirituality and your place of center. What else I have here? So that's the candles. That is the herb blend. Candles herb blend. And then all boxes will have three stones. And what's in here now, I have tiger's eye, snowflake obsidian, and this is citrine. So all stones will have more so protection stones are a womb healing stone. Protection for the, root chakra, just to call in overall protection and things like that. Help us get over fear, help us deal and tap into our shadow selves, and rid parts of our lower vibration in womb, sacral womb energy, to bring in creativity, to bring in healthy sex habits. Healthy, I'm gonna say that again, your sacral, and healing your sacral will help you transform from bad sexual habits to healthy sexual habits. So if you have sexual addiction, if you know what I mean, if you're the type to always just, I'm just gonna get straight to the point, and you don't kind of loosen up and kind of actually bring in healing that comes along with sex. The sacral energy is needed some attention. I said the candles already. So the stones, herbal healing offering, and incense. And it's going to also come with just like your incense tray. So it's going to come with 5 of my favorite incense scents. Does that make sense? One of my favorite is, gosh, I can't think of the brand, but it's called Magic Garden. It smells so good. So these will be like the signature scents that go in all of my boxes from here on out. So it will be the Magic Garden incense, and one of my all-time favorite incense is the Song of India, Indian temple incense. So it is said that the temples in India smell just like this. And if it does, it is like the best scent ever. So yeah, it's like the best scent ever. So yes. So the incense, candles, Royal Earth goodies. What else? It's gonna come with a glass for an offering. And once again, if you tap into the ancestor altars, you know that altars have all the elements on it. So we have fire for your incense, water. Fill this up with fresh water. I suggest giving your ancestors water that you would drink. So I don't pour them tap water. I don't drink tap water anymore, so I don't give them tap water. So fill your glass up with water. That's the water element. We got fire with the incense. Or actually, I'm sorry. We have fire with our candles, water with our incense, earth with the stones, and the healing blend. With stones in here. So we have the earth with our stones and our healing blend, and then we have air with, we have fire and air with our incense. So a real altar will always have the 4 elements to that. And when you combine all 4 elements, that's when spirit can come in, the ether. You can't bring in the spirit, you can't bring in the ether without all 4 elements. Well, I mean, they circulate no matter what, but a sacred space. You also will have fire and air with the sage smudge sticks that I will be making. The sage is pre-bundled already, but I'm going to be adding lavender. I found a good source for dried lavender, and I haven't got it yet, but I'm gonna also add rose petals to this. So this will be a smudge wand that will clear out negative energy with your sage here. The lavender, it will bring in a more calming feeling, and it's a more masculine energy with the lavender. Believe it or not, it's masculine energy. And then the rose is going to bring in that love, self-love, and a feminine energy. So yes, this is going to be good. This is going to be a box for my men and my women. So that's that. Let me put this back. And then also all boxes will have like a fun little leaf in them to smudge with. So to blow your smoke with. And one tip, if you're new to using sage, you light it. Or let me light it. I can light it. I want to show you guys. I'm being led to show you guys what spirituality is, or what are some of the practices. I will never show my altar on camera or on video, but this is just insight for you, so you can see how to set up and build a relationship with spirit. So this right here is cedar. So you light it, and to move negative energy away from you, you fan it out. So if you want to use this to bring out negative energy from you, you fan it away from yourself. And then to bring in, you bring it in. But usually I use a lot of sage to clear out negative energy, so I'm always constantly pushing out. I start from the top of my house to the bottom of my house, and I tend to go out my back door with all the negative energy. I start from the top of my house, clear all the rooms. I open my doors, I open drawers, my closet, counters, cupboards in the kitchen. Clear it out from the top of my house, go to the bottom of my house, and out my back door. And also I raise my windows. Just so the energies will have somewhere to go. Because if they don't have nowhere to go, they'll just literally be like they're screaming and running around the house trying to get out, but they'll end up in the closet somewhere. I'm gonna go, guys. I'll be back.